Hey, I think in general, people in society or women in society are too highly valued, overly pampered, overly gratified, and for lack, without much merit to do so, without much reason to do so. There's an abundance of weak men, uneducated and unintelligent men who don't hold women to a higher standard, and what you end up with is a bunch of spoiled narcissistic, just a larger proportion, and society sort of allows for the success and promotes the success in a lot of ways, towards women being more promiscuous and being more fun loving and being less responsible and more willing to just engage in short term instant gratification, and less so valuing of the people around them and like who they are as people. And like when you when you have a mindset that prioritizes your own satisfaction and gratification over the service to others and the general well-being and greater good, when you lack purpose, when you lack anything, you sort of like you have a bunch of people who just kind of went to school, they didn't learn anything really, they got taught how to be a worker, maybe some work ethic, and things related to being to career and stuff and motivation, and you should achieve highly in grades and all that. But like they don't teach you values having loyalty and family and community and contributing to something greater than yourself. And they don't teach you how to seek meaning and train yourself and develop yourself as an individual, which is more important than whatever society standards of like get the car, go to college, get the job, retire at 50 hopefully or 60, and like kind of just live this daily work life. And like it can be pretty meaningless. Like you have a whole bunch of people that are just like pretty shallow, and they're just chasing after material gain and instant gratification and whatever sensual pleasures that they can offer, and like they're not orientated towards intellectual thought and contemplation and self-awareness and being conscious. And like one of the most important things as a human being is like when I'm talking to you, can you like look me in the eyes and pay attention, and like can you listen to what I'm saying instead of just like doing this typical like weirdo phone brain bullshit where you have these unconscious people who are just lazy in the brain, lazy in thought, and like they gravitate towards things like scrolling through the phone or watching TV. That's so easy to do, so mindless. And so you have this society that's just like focused on comfort and pleasure and avoiding of pain and suffering, and it leads to people who are unfit to make something great of themselves or achieve something great in the world. And it leads to a purposelessness, and that purposelessness leads to a void of boredom and meaninglessness, and that leads to negative feelings. And like people oftentimes gravitate towards like drugs and sex and partying and watching content and just entertaining themselves all day. And like what you have is like the mass of women, like what are they looking for? They're just looking for fun, they're just looking for and you know, fun's great and all, and it's healthy to have some fun every now and then, but most of the things that people consider to be fun, drinking, to some degree eating food, or it's like what would be preferable? Like reading, writing, meditating, yoga, like learning about oneself. Like you're gonna find there, it's rare, but there's higher quality women out there that they pay attention to your level of consciousness. They pay attention to your mindfulness. They don't like men who just like, oh, they're just thinking. They're just thinking. They can't control themselves. They're just thinking. They're unaware, and like they don't have like and so like a lot of it is just this, like a lot of men just end up like, oh, they become funny, they become like basically these clowns to please women, instead of prioritizing like genuineness and the goodness of and truthful commentary and like depthful discussion and real connection and things like that. And yeah, it leads to a bunch of people who basically in their youth waste their time thinking that, oh, I'm young, I better have fun, instead of what would be the wise thing is, oh, I'm young, this is the time to build myself up, this is the time to learn, this is the time to train and prepare myself for later on in life, so that I'm set up, that I'm living a well life, that I have good skills and good social skills and good manage and self-managed emotional regulation skills. And like, yeah, be careful out there. Like a lot of dudes, like they don't give a shit. All they're looking for is just a stinky hole. And like you got to be careful to avoid or to very carefully judge and screen people in your life that are they responsible, are they caring, are they compassionate, or are they impulsive, are they self-serving, are they not fit to engage in the higher things in life, higher discussions, higher actions, and just really try to be excellent and virtuous and do the right thing over what feels good.